welcome. Thankfully, lockdown is either over or coming to an end for a lot of us, which means we're slowly starting to turn our focus to going back to the physical classroom. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the teaching practices that I've developed in my online classroom and that I want to take back to the physical classroom. As ever, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll never miss out on any of our great videos. So now you're subscribed and ready to go, let's get on with the video. Personalization. Being in their own homes has meant that our students have been allowed to share aspects of their lives with both us and their classmates like never before. In my classes, they've talked about and showed aspects of their home lives, their hobbies, and in some cases, even their family members have all been weaved into my classes. This last clip in particular shows the power of personalization. So we were doing a lesson on question formation, and I asked one student just to bring in one family member and to ask them one question. But that one question then turned into a 30-minute activity in which all of the students were asking this one poor family member question after question after question, and he just couldn't get away. It was really clear to see that when you personalise their classes and put English in a real and relevant context, their engagement and motivation levels just go up. This was something that I did before. However, after teaching online, I've realised I didn't do it enough. Now, when I go back to the physical classroom, I'm going to make sure that I take the time to get to know my students more and then personalise their classes more. A big example of this will be asking them to bring realia or physical objects from home, something I hardly did before. So this could be asking them to bring in a photo when teaching prepositions of place, or bringing in a random item from home when teaching them functional language for describing unknown objects. Technology. I'll be honest with you guys, using technology hasn't always been my strongest point. However, since teaching online, I've had my eyes open to two things. Firstly, that students react really positively to technology in the classroom, and secondly, that it can help you a lot yourself as a teacher. Games such as Kahoot and Bamboozle have been really great for testing vocab and grammar, while Class Dojo has helped me keep track of how many points each student has. And tools like Google Classroom have been a great help with the whole homework process. There's no more lost homework, there's no more I didn't write down the homework, there's no more not being able to read the homework. Simply, it makes the whole homework process easier. And aside from programs, it's been really good to both use and experiment with audio and video recordings. Most platforms offer a function to do this, and it's really opened my eyes. I've had students making their own listening comprehension activities, like Victor.
When I traveled there, I felt very motivated.
I've had other students recording themselves doing exam activities, for example, like Jose Manuel.
In an attraction that seems to be really dangerous, we see people like shouting and laughing at the same time.
And I've even had some students video recording role plays with a language point incorporated.
You alright, mate? Yeah, I'm good, mate. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Whatever its form, I'm definitely going to be using technology more upon my return to the physical classroom. Flipped classroom. So this was an approach I wasn't aware of before I started teaching online. Flipped classroom is an approach in which students study content before class and at their own pace. This then means that valuable classroom time is freed up for using the language. It's true that the input stage of an online class can be a bit flat at times because students need to pay attention to a teacher for long stretches of time. So for some classes, I avoided the input part of class by setting it for homework. And it was a bit of a revelation. As the students were allowed to study the input at home, at their own pace, and given the time to absorb the language, the weaker students came to class much better prepared for activities than they would have done if we had simply gone through it quickly in the classroom. As there were many more students in the class who understood the input more than normal, it then meant the classroom activities went a lot smoother and the students got more from them. I will say that you need a certain amount of trust in your class to study the input at home, because if they don't, quite simply they're going to struggle come lesson time. However, it's certainly an approach that I'm going to use in my physical classroom when I think it's going to benefit my students. So, what will I continue doing when we go back to the real classroom? Personalise my classes more, use technology, and adopt a flipped classroom approach. So there you go, the practices that I've developed online and that I'm going to take back with me into the physical classroom. As I've mentioned before, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, and to share it absolutely everywhere. And if you enjoyed this video, please take a look at another one of my online teaching tips videos. How to stay motivated whilst teaching online. But yeah, that's a wrap. Thanks for stopping by. It's been great to see you. Take care, and I'll see you next time for more language fun.